with all of our clients and all the tax returns that we've looked at, we've identified 5 workhorse tax strategies that we could use on almost every single tax return. And I'm going to go into a deep dive and an extreme detail on each one of these to explain to you how those work. The first workhorse strategy that I want to talk to you about is called the Augusta Rule. And this rule came about from the Masters tournament at the Augusta National Golf Course. And the IRS there were people around the Augusta National Golf Course that were renting out their homes during the Masters tournament for a couple of weeks, and the IRS was saying, you got to report this income. Long story short, taxpayers and the IRS went back and forth and back and forth. The IRS realized that, these people were never going to declare any income because they had write-offs and everything else that they were doing to offset any income. So the IRS said, okay, you can rent your house to another business or to another person 14 days a year, and that is tax-free income to you. This is a really important fact, okay? Tax-free income. So imagine basically renting your personal residence for meetings, okay, to your business 14 times a year at the rate of what you would go out and pay a Regis or a local hotel or any other office complex to get a meeting room, right? So, and this is varied. I mean, it depends on how you're using your house and what you're doing it for. Sometimes the house could be an entire venue. You're renting out the whole house. Let's say you're doing a party or an event. And sometimes it can just be office space. So typically, we achieve around a $9,000 to $9,500 write-off on your business for this, and this becomes tax-free income in your pocket. So a very important strategy, right? Because if you're taxed at a 35, or let's say a 40% rate, I mean, that could easily be worth $3,500 to you, okay? Or $4,000, depending on how much we end up with and what your tax rates are. A good example is one client that I had on the East Coast that rents out they have a very, very nice house. And they rent out their house as a venue to certain other organizations, and they decided to rent it out for to their business and have an event for their business at their house. And we priced out the venue rental for the square footage they have. We went to local hotels and we got competitive quotes, and the number for this particular event was substantial. Okay, it was above $20,000. So, and the Augusta Rule doesn't say you can't take a certain amount of rent. It is the market rent that you're able to justify. So what we do when we do the Augusta Rule, we justify the market rents. We do the research necessary to completely comply with the tax code, okay? This is very, very important. We implement this for you. We don't just give you the strategy and say, here, do this. There are certain things you must maintain, documentation that's required, and we create those documentation, the lease agreements, the minutes, whatever else you need to make sure you can justify this expense to the IRS, because it's an expense to your business, but again, it's tax-free income to you.